What's up, convoy? Welcome back to another video with the most knowledgeable and the most handsome truck driver on all of YouTube. This video is going to be for the haters. Well, not really for the haters, for the people who are legitimately leaving me constructive criticism, for those people who are always claiming that all I do is just bitch in my videos. Now, I'd say that I'm standing up for myself and sharing my experiences. It's not a big cry fest. And let me explain a little bit. Like tonight, for example, I was thinking about this when I was pulling in, figured I'd make a video about it. But I'm just right now leaving my receiver. It's just a few minutes before 5 in the morning, and I'm heading home now. And I started my day yesterday at about 2:30 p.m. Now, I know some of you out there are like, oh, those hours don't add up. You're breaking your hours of service. I am. However, I'm not really, because this is personal drive time. I literally pulled in to this receiver with about 8 minutes on my clock, and it was on my 14 because I had picked up and then drove, unloaded, picked up in Bowling Green, drove to Grand Rapids, unloaded, live unloaded, and then I had this load. I knew usually it's preloaded, but it was not. I had the live load. That load I just dropped off, and when I was getting live loaded, I thought, all right, there's no way I'm gonna make this delivery. So I figured I was just gonna stay the night in Grand Rapids, and the dock workers actually busted ass. I give them credit, and they got me done with about 3 hours left on my clock. And I'm like, you know, I could bust ass down there and make this delivery today before this shift ends, and we'll see what I do. So I did. I made it on time. Obviously, I delivered, and I'm going home. Being that I'm empty, I can personal drive home. But anyway, like I said, all right. So you see my day. You will never hear me bitch about a day like today. I started at 2:30. Now it's 5 in the morning the next day, and I'm just now heading home. That's a long day, and no one messed with me. There was no dispatcher drama, shippers and receivers and stuff. I mean, yeah, my load I just dropped off wasn't preloaded like it usually is. And also, that's another thing I want to clear up for those of you watching who saw my last videos who saw my video. It's titled "Dispatcher Tried to Fuck Me." When I say stuff like my trip information said deliveries 23:30 or 23:59, that means first come first serve. Somebody had said that's not what that means. Well, you gotta understand, I'm on a dedicated account. I'm not OTR. I'm not dealing with a different customer every day. I deal with Coca-Cola every single day, and I kind of know what things mean. I mean, this is how things are set up. So you'll hear me say some things that might be out of the norm to an OTR driver, but because I'm dedicated, I do the same thing day in and day out. So I know, there's just different lingo and different things that I may say that may seem off to you, but that's because I'm dedicated. So just to clear that up, and I'll try to do clarify instances of that in the future in my videos. But well, like I said, this is back to the constructive criticism. I know you can't all be just weird trolly haters out there who say all I do is bitch, because a lot of it is a lot of negativity from the job. But this is me just experiencing my situations with you, my personal experiences. Believe me, trucking is not fucking, peaches and roses. Like, I mean, no offense to these vloggers, but if you guys watch Alley Night and Trucker Josh, their persona on camera is all happy, weigh station closed and open, and they don't really ever show too much of the negative side. And most of trucking is a lot of negative, a lot of bullshit that truckers put up with. And then I see some of the comments are like, all you do is bitch, or that's just part of the job, or that's just trucking, or whatever. And I'm like, when I see that, what I basically hear is I'm not good enough. When I see someone say that, that's just trucking. Shut your mouth and do your job. When I hear someone say that or leave a comment, I see it translate to me as that I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to speak up and try to change my situation. I'm just going to lay down like a doormat and fucking take shit, let everyone step on me because that's what I think trucking is. That's not what I think. You know, you guys have seen me go through some fucking horrible shit just in these videos. I haven't even shared everything with you guys. And I'm still here. You know, I've been with this current company a little over 2 years now, and you've seen me go to blows with the dispatchers, and I'm still here. Why? Because I realize I'm valuable. You know, just like what I did tonight, pulling into the shipper, you know, starting at 2:30, and now it's 5 a.m. I'm just now driving home because I made 2 deliveries today, 2 pickups, 2 deliveries today, and I'm going to do it all over again tomorrow. Even if the company or our corporate office doesn't recognize me as a driver, as say, Abe, run hard, get paid down there doing the thing, he's valuable to us. I know, even though we go back and forth with each other, me and my dispatcher, I do know that he can trust me with a load. You know, I realize that he's seeing this. He's seeing that, wow, this is a good fucking driver. And I've been told that many times. Even if you guys want to go way back to K&B, for those of you who watched my videos around the ugly truth of trucking time, a couple years back. If y'all remember, I had left K&B and then went to this company that I thought was really something that it was not. Never even pulled a load there. I quit because all their equipment was extreme garbage. Other company I went to when I left K&B the first time, there wasn't one piece of equipment that I thought would pass an inspection. So I ended up, I said, fuck it, I'm not working here. Never pulled a load with that company. Then I went right back to K&B. They hired me in an instant with just one phone call because they knew I was a good driver. You know, and I mean, I don't really need to validate that, especially with the haters on the internet. I mean, but this is not just for, like I'm saying, the haters. This is for the people who are honestly trying to give constructive criticism. You know, and I feel like when I'm making these videos in the moment, you guys are seeing all these things, and then you're watching the video on your end, you're just seeing the outcome. You know, so it's hindsight's always 20/20. You know, a lot of my videos, when I have a problem, I talk about it. It's, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that, and I read some of those comments, and some of them are correct, but a lot of them are making those judgments and ideas and comments based on what already happened. You see the problem, and you see how I resolved it or handled it. You know, so I mean, I understand it's an odd situation for me when I'm reading these comments because, hey, I don't really know who the troll is to come by and say, fuck you, you weirdo, you're a faggot, whatever. Just, it's the internet. The internet's a bad place. And if you're watching this right now, y'all should know, I shouldn't have to tell you that the internet's a bad place. But basically this video is about just knowing your value. Far too many times I see people in the comment section say things like I mentioned, this is just trucking, this is how trucking is, suck it up. No, how about instead of sucking stuff up, you don't want to suck nothing. Believe me, unless you're into that, I ain't judging. You can suck whatever you'd like, but me, I choose to stand up. I'm not sucking shit up, I'm standing up. And I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to continue my career, and I'm good at my career. This is evident. Simply the fact that I'm still in a truck. Let's just replay backwards a little bit. And this may be just for the haters. This is just to piss somebody off. But it's also a lesson for everyone out there who's really absorbing this. Back after the ugly truth of trucking. If you don't know what that is, I'll leave the link in the description. You'll figure it out. Basically, that video put me on national television, blah, blah, blah. And basically what happened was I exposed an industry problem, more specifically with a particular company that I was working for, K&B. And right after that, so I was all over social media, and then several months after that, it was on national news. So I did the ugly to the truck, and I left K&B. I got out of the industry completely for 6 months. Went back to turning wrenches. I got a few videos when I'm in the shop. Then I went out to the oil field, and that's when I did the interview for 2020 News, ABC News 2020. I got fired over doing that interview, and then went back OTR, and then landed here where I'm at right now. So basically, let's see what happened here. If I wasn't a good driver, if my deck was all messed up, and my history of being a driver was really that screwed up, I would not have been able to recover from exposing an industry secret, because it was all over the place. It was I was in magazines and even a couple local news channels, newspapers. Obviously, I just said national television. I was on the radio. I was on XM. I was doing interviews. It was insane. And so, okay, I exposed an industry problem, and then I basically exposed the company that I worked for, which they did try screwing with my DAC report. And anybody who, well, that's be another video. I can show you guys how to check your DAC report real easy, real free. That's for another video. So yeah, I exposed that company, their practices, and then I stopped trucking for 6 months, went to the oil field, got fired from a job there, which there's a lot of people out there think I keep getting fired from jobs. That was the only job I was ever fired from, and it had nothing to do with my performance. It was about doing the interview for national TV. I mean, I had a van following me around with these big $100,000 cameras, and I didn't realize the fracking industry would have such a problem. They got spooked basically because national television cameras was talking to a frack sand driver. So anyways, yeah, and then I went back to OTR and pretty much got to choose what I did in the industry still. I wasn't limited. You know, so just know your worth, know your value. You know, there's no reason you gotta lie down on your back to a company and just be thankful you have a job. Maybe if you're in that situation, maybe if you've screwed something up, you got in the wrecks, you've quit too many jobs, whatever situation you might be in where you feel that maybe whatever particular job you're in is the only one you can get in the trucking industry, then maybe you have to eat a little bit of shit. But I'm not in that situation. I can quit this job right now and go work anywhere, but I choose to work here. You know, and I realize that there is no perfect job in any industry, but specifically the trucking industry. You know, I've been around long enough, like I said, going on 7 years now, driving truck. I'm certain that there is not one driving job out there that's going to make me happy every single day, and I'm cool with that. But I'm also going to be here to stand up, defend myself whenever some shit goes down, whenever a dispatcher fucks up and tries to blame me, or when I see a problem with what a position that I'm holding, I'm going to try to change it. I'm going to try to make some noise about it. I might not actually change anything, but I'm not just going to lay down and take it either. Like I said, I'm not just going to suck it up because that's how the old drivers did it. No, I choose to stand up, not suck up. And I think the industry would be a lot different, a lot more driver friendly, a lot more better for drivers overall if this old school mentality of just suck it up because that's just trucking changed and everyone decided to stand up instead of sucking it up. You guys are better than that. You guys need to realize your worth. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something. If you're a driver out there and you're one of these guys that are just like, suck it up, it's what trucking is. No, please, stop sucking stuff up. Stand up. So, that's where I'm going to end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and I'll let you know every time I make a new video. So I'm not so sure about that. You might need to click the little bell next to the subscribe button. I don't even know how YouTube works. It's changed so much. I need to keep up with it. But just hit that subscribe button and keep an eye out for these videos. They're coming out. I'm not neglecting the channel like I did before in the past. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Be safe out there. And as always, run hard and get paid.